break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rose and how the country running. We break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on, tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asks the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, day and night. From the people voice to the leader's seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rose on how the country running. We break it down. A chance on none in pound and two. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education. Youth, them future, the whole foundation. Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight. So you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power, take control. Grab your bush tea, clear your head. Start your day, properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Cindy. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Daily talk show. Daily talk show. We're covering the issues. It drops an empire. Electrifying. Powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rose and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. The morning facts with Cindy Rose and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. Before you step out, before you decide, get the facts in the morning and walk with pride. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine, nation. Grab your bush tea. Cindy Rosen in the building. Let's break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on, tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asks the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, day and night. From the people voice to the leader's seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rose on how the country running. We break it down. A chance on none in pound and two. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education. Youth, them future, the whole foundation. Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight. So you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power, take control. Grab your bush tea, clear your head. Start your day, properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Cindy. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Daily talk show. Daily talk show. Covering the issues. It drops an empire. Electrifying. Powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rose and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. The morning facts with Cindy Rose and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. Before you step out, the facts in the morning and walk with pride. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine nation. Grab your bush tea. Cindy Rosen in the building. Let's break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on, tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asks the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, day and night. From the people voice to the leaders' seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. A chance undone in countdown two. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education. Youth and future, the whole foundation. Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight. So you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power, take control. Grab your bush tea, clear your head. Start your day, properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Cindy. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Cindy. Daily talk show. Daily talk show. Covering the issues. It drops an up higher. Electrifying. Powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. From sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong minds, strong people, stronger land. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. From sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong minds, strong people, stronger land. Before you step out, before you decide, get the facts in the morning and walk with pride. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine nation. Grab your bush tea. Cindy Rosen in the building. Let's break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on, tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asks the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, day and night. From the people voice to the leaders' seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. A chance undone in countdown two. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education. Youth and future, the whole foundation. Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight. So you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power, take control. Grab your bush tea, clear your head. Start your day, properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Cindy. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Cindy. Daily talk show. covering the issues. It drops an empire, electrifying, powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. Before you step out, before you decide, get the facts in the morning and walk with pride. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine, nation. Grab your bush tea. Cindy Rosen in the building. Let's break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on, tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asks the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, they anoint. From the people voice to the leaders' seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and how the country running, we break it down. A chance undone in Countdown 2. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education, youth them future, the whole foundation. Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight, so you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power, take control. Grab your bush tea, clear your head, start your day properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Cindy. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Cindy. Daily talk show. Daily talk show, covering the issues. It drops an empire, electrifying, powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. Before you step out, before you decide, get the facts in the morning and walk with pride. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine, nation. Grab your bush tea. Cindy Rosen in the building. Let's break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on, tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asks the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, they anoint. From the people voice to the leaders' seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and how the country running, we break it down. A chance undone in Countdown 2. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education, youth them future, the whole foundation. Culture, Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight, so you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power. Take control. Grab your bush tea, clear your head. Start your day properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Indeed. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Daily talk show. Daily talk show. Covering the issues. It drops an empire. Electrifying. Powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong minds, strong people, stronger land. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong minds, strong people, stronger land. Before you step out, before you decide, get the facts in the morning and walk with pride. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine, nation. Grab your bush tea, Cindy Rosen in the building. Let's break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on, tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asks the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, they anoint. From the people voice to the leader's seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. A chance undone in pound and two. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education, youth, them future, the whole foundation. Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight, so you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power. Take control. Grab your bush tea, clear your head. Start your day properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Indeed. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Daily talk show. Daily talk show. Covering the issues. It drops an empire. Electrifying. Powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong minds, strong people, stronger land. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong minds, strong people, stronger land. Before you step out, before you decide, get the facts in the morning and walk with pride. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine, nation. Grab your bush tea, Cindy Rosen in the building. Let's break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on, tune in frequency. From policy talk we don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rose on how the country running. We break it down. A chance on none in pound and two. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education. Youth them future, the whole foundation. Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight. So you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power. Take control. Grab your bush tea. Clear your head. Start your day. Properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Cindy. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Daily talk show. Daily talk show. Covering the issues. It drops an empire. Electrifying. Powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rose and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. The morning facts with Cindy Rose and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. Before you step out, before you decide, get the facts in the morning and walk with pride. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I absolutely apologize for the late start. It was a hectic morning. I did not intend for it to be that way. Let me see the hands of those who have a teenage daughter. I have a teenage daughter, and I swear to God, she's going to take my life. She is going to tire me out to the max. She's going to do everything to get on my last nerve. And it's something to smile at, to laugh at. But anyway, today is her birthday. She's making 16 today. And I know she's going to be very upset that I'm sharing that information. But good morning. Welcome to the first morning of the Morning Facts Show. I did everything that I thought I needed to do to start at 8:30 on the button because I do not like to waste people's time. So I absolutely apologize for that. But it's Monday morning. Whatever could have gone wrong went wrong. But we're still gonna start out on a good foot. We're gonna have a good time this morning. We're gonna make it very, a very calm and relaxing morning. We're going to touch on some of the issues. It's just going to be a general show this morning. So I have a lot of messages coming in. So if you see me using my phone, I'm using my computer and everything so that the show can be interactive. If you want to call into the show this morning at any point, whether it's to have a quick conversation, talk about an issue, say congratulations, whatever it is you want to do, you can call in this morning on 440-3234. And I will take calls on that number this morning. By tomorrow, I'll have a different number that is totally designated to the show itself. I want you guys to share this link with your friends. I think most people think that I'm coming on live on my personal page, but I try to explain and share the links to the pages that I will actually be going live, because this is a Guavaberry Media product and show, and so it will be going live from the Guavaberry Media Facebook page, YouTube. By the end of the week, we'll be able to do TikTok. I need to build the Instagram page to 1,000+ to start going live there. So if you guys want to go over there and hit like on the Instagram page, it's you can find it on a Guavaberry under GB Media House VI. Okay, the Instagram link is GB Media House VI. The more likes I get over there, once I hit 1,000, I should be able to go live from there as well. By tomorrow, we'll be on online radio. We'll be on TuneIn. And, you know, as we complete the frequency, we will be live on radio, and I'll be able to share that frequency. But for now, 90.9 will be featured on 90.9. We'll be live on 90.9 for 1 hour though, and that hour is 10:30 to 11:30. So if you can only tune in on radio, for now we'll be on 90.9. I'm gonna try to convince them to have us to go a little longer, but for now, 90.9, 10:30 to 11:30 will be on live radio. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. Share up the link. Send it to wherever you need to send it. The YouTube link is live as well. I know there are people over there on that link as well. So I'm gonna go over to, yes, and I apologize again. Somebody saying unacceptable on day one. I apologize for the late start. That will not be a common or normal thing. Yes. Oh Lord, I can't read that out online, but I have to look into this. Somebody, okay, we'll look into this a little later. All right, so let me go over to the Facebook page. Let me see who's over here, and then we're gonna get into the show. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you everyone for the congrats. And remember, you can call into the studio. Thank you. You can call into the studio and people will be able to hear you via the live and wherever it's going out. So if you call into the studio, others will be able to hear you, so we're able to have a conversation. All right, so Kareem, if you're listening, let your dad know how he can contact me. I think he's patiently waiting to call me, or maybe I should call him. That's what I'm gonna do. I am going to call Nelson Hall, but let me get to some further things because I know he wants to talk to me. So I'm gonna also share this link, okay? If you guys can give me a second. How was the weekend, everybody? And if you want to tell me what you expect out of this morning show, yes, there are mornings that we're gonna get rowdy. There are mornings that we're gonna be in high gear. But I want to also understand, you know, like what you guys wish to gain from this morning show, whether it needs to be more educational, more informational. Again, yes, we're going to have those heightened moments that I know everybody's tuned in here for. But for me personally, I really want to use all of my platforms, as I continue to say, to, you know, inform the public, keep the public updated, have dialogue with the public, have the public share their views, you know, and all of these things. So whatever you feel like you want out of this platform, let me know. I'm happy to, you know, continue looking for information, studying, and bringing that forward. I kind of have prepared a runner show today. And okay, let me just tell you guys something. I'm not going to be this dressed up every day. Okay, this was the easiest thing for me to grab this morning, and so I put this on. But my wear for the day is literally going to be a nice white shirt and jeans. That's the look that I want for this show, and keeping it that basic helps me to concentrate on more important things, not what I wear, what I look like, etc. But that is what I want my look to be for this show. A simple white shirt and jeans. Maybe I'll pop on some heels. You can't see my heels, but maybe I'll pop on some. I have on some blue ones this morning. These are my favorite for now. They're very comfortable. So yeah, so I want to take a moment, as you know, people continue to share the page and get familiar with the Guavaberry Media page and the platform. I want to be really relaxed this morning and talk about a lot of things. There are people that didn't even realize that Guavaberry Media was a paper online. We have online, gbmediahouse.com, where we put up articles. And Guavaberry is one of the newest, or is the newest media house in the Virgin Islands, over here on the beautiful Virgin Islands side. It was started, I should say, transitioned to the publishing side of my trade license in 2022. And so it kicked off from 2022. And I am going to give Heritage kudos. Good morning to Heritage. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but I think he's good. How I transition into an actual media house, and maybe sometimes that's your destiny and you don't know, you just keep going in a direction that you're being pushed to, and then things kind of somehow work out how they're supposed to be. Sometimes it's not even what you want to do, but sometimes it's what you're supposed to be doing. And I remember when we were going through the whole, yes, I'm gonna have to pull the band-aid off of that wound, when we went through the whole former premier being arrested, the results of the COI and all that was coming down around that. I was on Tola Radio in the mornings at that point with Heritage. It was Heritage and I think Damien was there too. And we needed someone in the media room, in the press conferences, asking questions and so forth. And so they decided that I was the one to do that. And that's how I kind of got into this part of media. I started going to the press conferences, asking questions. At that point, of course, I was asking the questions on behalf of Tola Radio. And then, we kind of went our separate ways, and I continued to go. And then I was advised that, you have to have a media house to come to the press conferences. You have to be representing a media house. And so it kind of was a transition into that, and I've been going ever since. So Guavaberry Media itself has been active now for 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. Okay, so it's the newest media house. So although we go viral very often, and we are a very trusted media house, we're growing. So our pages wouldn't be the size of other pages that you see, but our reach is the same or more. Okay, because I don't know if you guys realize now, it doesn't matter how much followers you have on Facebook. It's how many people are viewing your content. And while I'm saying that, I want to make it clear, because I know, like, sometimes when I put out content that is controversial, what people consider to be controversial, or they feel it shouldn't be out, they feel like I'm doing it for the money. And social media does pay you to, when your content reaches a certain amount of views or whatever, but we don't get that. Well, I don't get it. I don't know how other pages are set up. I would have to look into it, but I would be very clear and transparent and say that I get $0 for the content that I place on whether my personal Cindy Roseanne page or the Guavaberry Media platforms. There is no funding coming in from Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, none of that for when I put out content. Is it important to say that my platform has a reach based on numbers and viewership? Yes, but there is no funding coming in from the social media platforms when I put stuff out on the platform. Yeah, so I just wanted to briefly talk about the Guavaberry Media platform. So we have gbmmediahouse.com, where we put up our news, similar to the other news sites. You could go there. You can see our daily articles. We have the Guavaberry Facebook page, Guavaberry Media, where you can see, we'll place our articles there. We'll put quick breaking news there, traffic accident alerts, if traffic is backed up, just any of that quick breaking news. We keep the public updated via that page. Again, of course, we have the Instagram page that I'm now trying to grow because I've been really focused on social media, Facebook and WhatsApp. And of course, we have the TikTok, we have X, which I don't use at all, but all of these things now I have to get back into. So we're going to be building all of these sites. So wherever you are on social media, we'll be able to reach you as we go live across all of these platforms, online, tune in, and then physical radio. We also have one of the biggest WhatsApp groups in the territory. Let me not say one of the biggest WhatsApp group in the territory. I've been monitoring its growth. I haven't shared it much. There's about 700 people on that chat. And that chat, if you want to join the chat, I'll be very transparent and say it's a very busy chat. If you don't mute it, you will get ticks all day long. But it's a very informative chat. You can share your views in there. Information, conversations happen in the WhatsApp. The Guavaberry Media WhatsApp chat. Conversations happen there. And the conversation is usually amongst, a handful of people, the people who are willing to have conversation. And then you get others chime in from time to time, depending on the topic. But, you have a lot of people sitting there, reading, watching what's going on, getting information, putting information. And of course, we can't, stop those who want to forward information out of the chat. I just say to people, don't forward the gossip, and that type of stuff. Forward good information as well, because that's really what the chat is about. It's not a gossip chat. It's not a, and sometimes people drop videos and they're in error. They say things in error because they think they're talking in another chat, which we have to be deleting. But these keyboard warriors, they pick up things real quick, and before you could delete, they're gone with it. But I encourage people to be more responsible with the WhatsApp chat. It's about improvement of the territory, sharing information, keeping people updated. It's live all the time. You're in there, you're talking, you can share whatever, if something is going on, if there's an accident. A lot of information is happening in there immediately. Okay. Now I want to talk about the rest of this platform and how it's been going with me. As you guys know, that I came off of the radio fully. After I left Tola Radio, I was on Z-Rod, and then I left Z-Rod because there was a blow up there that really truly had nothing to do with me. I just have conversation, and sometimes there's a fallout around that conversation, but the escalation of that and how the arguments around that went had nothing to do with me. I wasn't even in studio. Something went down. I said what I had to say, and I left the studio, never returned. And I'm not bringing up anything that's past. I'm just giving a history of where I am now. I left that, and I decided that I was going to build my own platform further, develop Guavaberry Media. And I want to thank the people that have contributed thus far. I'm in my white couch. Tomorrow I'm gonna be in different chairs because I think the couch blends into the wall. And we had the couch facing another direction last night, but we switched it around because the wall is black. So I was kind of blending. It was too dark. So we preferred to turn it to the white wall. But I want to say thanks to those people who have continued to support this platform with donations in terms of helping me get to a certain point in the studio, developing the studio. I do need a lot of donations at this point still, because this is an ongoing project, and I'm going to come back to that in a moment. I'm going to drop some links in the chat as well in the conversation as we go on. But 2025, I kind of felt like I was ready to push Guavaberry to to it where it needed to be. And I think I was on a good pace in terms of, getting in donations and, projecting forward. But I had some personal things that developed in my life that I did not anticipate at all. And it really threw me off mentally. And I don't like to use that mental word because people like to run and say things, but it threw me off mentally, emotionally. It was a very difficult space. And it's kind of continuing. I'm trying to transition as best as possible out of it, but it's continuing. So I had that to deal with, which was a very big thing. I'm not going to get into it because then it will mean exposing certain things that I wouldn't want to based on the situation. And then as all of you know, I've been continuing my case with the BVI Tourist Board. And that finally we got to the hearing, the trial. We've gone past that now. We're waiting for a decision by the tribunal. I kind of thought we'd have it December. We're in January now, and we haven't had a call yet to say that a decision is in. So I wanted to let you guys know that I've been dealing with that as well. And then by the end of the year, coming on to the end of the year, my father passed. And that was another difficult thing, a difficult transition. And so I continued to try to, and that was my 2025. So I kind of put the studio on the back burner because I really wanted to start all of these shows last year from this point where I'm, doing lives, and then it transitions to, physical radio while all of this continues to go on. So I didn't really accomplish what I wanted to accomplish last year because of all of those factors chiming in. We did launch the GB Media Sports Show last year. We did that as well. So we've been doing a lot of things, but 2025 didn't exactly go as we intended. But we're here now, and we're going to make the best of it. I intend to stay focused no matter what comes up. It is an election season. We're in an election season, and that too is why it's important to get these talk shows back on the air. I can't tell you what anybody else is doing or what they're going to do, but I know that morning talk is missing. The conversation is missing, and we have to get back to that. It's an important part of the morning. It's an important part of knowing where the territory is. It's an important part of discussing the situations. We're in our different little pockets here and there, whether it's at a bar, wherever in these little on the block, we're having a conversation, but we need somewhere to ventilate. And I feel like I owed it to the territory to get back to doing just that. All right. So that's where we are in terms of the platform and me, so forth. In terms of when you hear me talk about donations, so people have been donating to the studio. Originally I started a GoFundMe, and I was able to raise some funds there to do the physical layout of the studio. There are ongoing costs to the studio, whether it's monthly rent and so forth. I smile. There's monthly rent and all these things that I still want to get the studio fully going, whether it's the equipment for the studio, for the radio station. Getting the license is one thing. Then I'm going to have to get all the actual equipment for the studio, which is probably going to cost me around 30 grand because it's about 20 something to get it. And then it's going to have to be shipped in, clear duty and all of that stuff. So it's not an easy thing when you see us out here trying to accomplish certain things. I've developed for the past year, I've been trying to think on how to monetize my platform better. Okay, because there's only so often that you can call on your friend and say that, I'm at a low point this week. Can you, help me out here? I don't like that. Although I have to do it, I don't like it. But I feel like the Guavaberry platform is at a place and it gives back enough that, it can be monetized better. I don't want money to be the bottom line of what I do. And so that's why I'm very careful in terms of how I transition and move around in that space. Because of course there are people that I could reach out to and get investment into this platform, etc. But I have to be very careful about that because, as you guys know, that depending on where you get stuff from, they want to completely control you. And so I have had to be very careful with that. But anyway, my business manager and I, we've been thinking for the past year on how best to monetize this platform. And, based on how e-commerce is in the BVI, it's very difficult to do online where you click, you put in your card. It's difficult to do that. So by the end of last year, because I did not want to go into 2026 in the same position, I decided to make the platform donation oriented, where there's a link on gbmediahouse.com. There's a link. If you go on there, under the drop downs, you'll see donation. I'm going to share the link in the chat, as I've said. You can go on there and you can decide at what level you would like to donate to this platform. Okay, so that I can continue to keep this platform independent, out of the hands of politicians. Because what we don't realize, and I can get to this at this point, because there's a lot of conversation as to why Tola Radio's morning show is not happening anymore. And I've touched on it before in one of my prior lives last year. There's a lot of conversation going around to say that, he was bought out, or he got a payout. I don't know. I don't think that that's the case, because I've had a conversation with him and I understand his frustration. And it's very easy. You can get frustrated in this space because you wake up every day, you plan a program, whether you plan it or not, you come and you bring in conversation for at least 3 hours a day. Now, we don't have to do 3 hours, but by the time you're done talking, you're in hours. It's hard to get up. Every day you're getting up and you're literally fighting for a people, because that's what it is at the end of the day, because none of us have to do this. You're fighting to educate your people. You're fighting to make sure that your people know what's going on, that your people are not taken advantage of. And through that, depending on your voice, it gets very popular, right? So in terms of that, yes, you can start making some money for your platform, but it's difficult to get up and do that every day and then to realize that whether the people aren't with you or they think what you're doing is like funny or light, or is there entertainment for the day. So I do honestly believe that when Heritage held that protest last year, I think it was in the middle of the year, when he held that and he realized the outcome, I think he was absolutely disappointed in that. I believe that that has affected him. And eventually, I'm assuming that he'll come out and say something if he wants to. If he doesn't want to, that's still up to him. That's his right and his prerogative. But I believe that he was disappointed with that, and he kind of got to the point where, what's the point of continuing? What's the point of getting up every day, going at it, bringing all this conversation, doing all of that? And when it's time to actually stand up for something, you're there literally standing on your own. So I'm going to say that for him. So, okay, so the link has been shared there, and you can go there to donate to the platform. And what I've done is I've capped the donation. So you can donate $60 a year. You can break it down in two and donate $30 every 6 months. If you want to donate $5 every month, per month, you can do that as well. And it's a donation, it's an option. And for me, putting it as a donation, it really will show me whether people support my platform, but not just only my platform, because I'm going to speak for the other media houses. And if they wish to, seek this way to, bring in revenue for their media houses as well, I encourage them to do it. Media houses across the world do this because the work that you do, it's taxing. You're committed to it, but it is taxing. At the end of the day, all of us have families to feed. And if you want the media to stay independent, and out of the hands of, the wrong investors and so forth, you have to find a way to support these platforms so that they stay around. If you don't see the value in them, then okay, they go away. When they go away, you can't then say, oh, they gone away because they got a paycheck to go away. If you can't feed your family, what's the point, right? So even bringing in ads, and I know it for all the other news sites, it doesn't matter. It's very hard, especially right now with businesses and how this economy is going and the government not having a clue how to turn it around or fix it, besides bringing in more tourists that stay on the ship and not come on land. It's hard to get companies to buy into ads and to purchase ads and to buy marketing plans. So making a donation to the media houses, I mean, I've done it for my platform. I can't advocate for all, but I'll say making a donation to the platforms to let them know that they are important would be very appreciative, not just by GBM, I know, but by all the media houses, because we're not making it just by ads. We're not making it just by ads. I do a lot of different things during my day to make sure that I could meet my bills at the end of the month. And I do fall short sometimes. And when I do fall short, I'm going to lean on my friends, and I don't like to do that. So support these platforms as best as you can. The link has been placed in the Guavaberry Media Live link right now on the Facebook page. The link has been dropped there. You can go over there and you can donate at how you feel comfortable, whether it's once for the year, every month, and I know you guys can do it. You guys have all kind of online things going, Netflix, all kind of things y'all put your money to. And I can't tell you what to do with your money. I'm just saying how it is working for our online platforms and media houses. We have to be careful that we don't see the end of those. And we want to be careful because we also want them to remain independent and to the integrity to stay in line and so forth. Okay? The morning facts. Let me continue to talk about the platform a little bit more. If you realize this show is going to be going from Monday to Thursday, I think that's enough time to talk politics a week. Unless something breaking happens and we need to have that conversation on the Friday, we are not going to do the morning facts on a Friday. We will do a different show, and that show is going to be more about people in the territory, casual conversation, and deals. So if your company plans to have deals, say for that week, or there's a new product that you have, you can contact me and we will put that product on display. Each company will get about 15 to 20 minutes to talk about their product. It's gonna be on display if it's a physical product, say like bags, perfumes, jewelry, clothing, those types of things. You can set up in the studio and we'll have an actual walkthrough in the studio of the products that you have, how people can get it, and so forth. So that's what we want to do on Fridays. And the conversation will be more on the casual side. We're going to interview, different interesting people in the territory on a Friday. The conversation is going to be very different, whether it's young people who are doing their thing. On a Saturday, right, we go by Toddies, and everybody knows Chinaman. I told Chinaman he was going to be my first guest because on that Friday show, he said, not me, but y'all call him and tell him, come and sit on my couch. I think Chinaman is one of those people that you'll be amazed at the conversation you can have with him, his thoughts on the territory as a businessman, just who he is and where he has aspired to be and where he is right now. These are the people I think, there are a lot of young people that look up to these guys, but I think understanding where they came from, where they are now, and their mindset now can help in terms of where we see our young people going these days and who they look at as idols, etc. So it's that I want to do on a Friday, have these kind of casual conversations with these types of persons, catch up on their lives and so forth. So we won't, on Monday to Thursday, it'll be politics. we'll drive politics. On Friday, we'll make it a little bit more casual. It'll be about interesting people in the community and businesses that want to display their products, what they have on offer, if they have any deals, and so forth. As we move forward, I just want to highlight the businesses that this show is powered by for now. So we have CCT BVI, which has supported me for, I'm going to say years, because if everybody remembered, I started out my Cut Deep show on the CCT 284 media platform. And they have supported me for a lot of years, and they're still standing with me, and I'm grateful for their support moving forward. And you know me, CCT, I'm going to stick with the home team. All right. Then we have Moccasin AC, and I've never really had a chance to, even when I'd done my first live show in here with the Honorable Myron Walwyn, that was the first show we did in the studio. I did put out some information, but not really, because I've completed the studio. I hadn't had a gathering or, really shout out the people that really kind of got me here. So I want to shout out Moccasin AC, who was, I'm going to say he was excited and happy to do a trade with me, in terms of he gets promotion and he has done the entire AC system inside the studio. I'm grateful to him for that. When you're starting out, you can't find the funding to do everything. And if you can do trades, that works well. So I'm grateful to him. And there's some others that I'm going to mention during the week that have gotten me here. Kevin Foy, Caribbean Sellers. I'm going to say that I'm really grateful to Kevin, because Kevin, he looks out for businesses in the BVI in his position. You really have to not be doing the right thing, or appear to be doing the right thing, or your product has to be way off for him to say, I'm not going to support, or I'm not going to sponsor something. I think he's been awesome with that, especially with small businesses. And I'm grateful to Caribbean Sellers. They purchased a really big package initially out the gate when I was trying to get this project done. He understood where it needed to be. He's been following me on my platform for a little while, so I'm not going to say it was an easy thing for him, because you got to keep calling, keep following up, but his support has been very important in getting Guavaberry where it is. Frozen imports. I'm going to say frozen imports and Ali Chawa. Another person, entity, company that has been instrumental in getting this studio set up through their purchase of packages. And it was really hard trying to get these packages sell. Although people understand your platform, they're very timid as well. And you guys know that, what the backlash could be in this community for supporting certain people or certain things. So when these people step up and do this, I'm grateful. And so he did. He saw the potential, although he would have really loved for me and Heritage to be together and move forward together. Sometimes we don't get what we want, but he's been very instrumental in the purchasing of packages to get this studio going. I'm also going to mention companies like Loose Mongoose and Doug Regals, initially setting up GuavaberryMedia.com, purchasing packages. They've been very instrumental. Kiaya George and RKG Consulting Solutions. I hope I got that right. She's going to kill me if I didn't. But I'm going to be honest and say, I don't know where I'd be without Kiaya, because if I don't have $1, she's going to go ahead. She's going to create the ad. She's going to diversify the platform. She's going to do whatever she can do, whether I have $1 to give her or not. And she wants to get her money, but she's not going to say, I'm not going to do it because you can't pay me right now. So those types of things are very important for small businesses in particular, trying to get themselves going. I have to, shout out Sharon Flax Brutus. She's been very instrumental, also keeping me going. Whatever work she can pass my way, she has done that. There's someone else, I want to call his name, but I don't think I can, so I won't. I'm going to have to get his permission. But there were also a slew of small businesses that pre-purchase packages in 2024. Some of them haven't used them yet. I'm extending them all the time. So when they're ready to use those advertising dollars, they can. They jumped on, they bought packages, and I'm grateful to them for doing that. Beans Cafe was one. There's so many of them, Saeed. There are a ton of them. I would have to look for the list, but I'm going to give all of these people their kudos throughout the week. And if you have been supportive of me, there are individual people that have been supportive. Donations that I've said I would not say where they came from unless people want me to say, but I keep that personal because I understand what can happen when we're forthright in supporting certain people, so that people that also support me behind the scenes. Premium Insurance Limited, they also bought a package. So I have a few of them up there that I'm sharing that, that's driving at this morning show. And again, as we go along, because some of these businesses, they don't know what to do so I'm going to be giving them shout outs. I'm going to be looking at them, seeing what they're doing, and I'm just going to naturally give them shout outs. RDA, another company that bought packages, BVI Electricity, all of these companies that have and statutory boards that have supported this platform to get it to this point. I am grateful. And I think I've done all my, housekeeping. I think I've done all my housekeeping in terms of things that I want to see this morning out the gate. Okay, so let me see here. So it's important to say thank you to people. And I want to always make sure that I'm doing that. I want to also, whether I call your name or not, because I don't know if I can call your name, I am grateful to everybody that has donated to Guavaberry, everybody that has donated to me personally, to make sure that I'm okay at all times. Okay, I don't know about that. So, all right, so let's get into the conversation. What are some of the things that you guys want to talk about this morning? Some of the things that I want to talk about include, some of the hot topics that's going around right now that's not leaving the space. Some of them happened all the way back in December. I want to bring them up. I want to talk about the situation with the U.S. Virgin Islands and all waters. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the situation with Honorable Stacey Mather crossing the floor, the opposition leader situation, the conversations that are out there right now. I know those are things that you guys want to talk about. I'm also going to talk about Kathy Richards. People have been contacting me about that. Are you going to talk about that? I can touch that as well. I want to talk about the role of the media. That's something else I want to talk about today. I was initially going to release an article, and I probably will, and it was really surrounding the last bit of conversation that erupted about the young man that I shared about. So I was going to, put out the article, and then I decided against that. I think I'm going to put out an article just on the role of media, because people need to understand that. I think people think that they do, but they don't. So we're going to touch on that. There are some other things going around, so we can draft through the online news sites really quickly, and we can pick up on some of those things. Someone wants me to talk about restaurants this morning, their inspection, their preparation of foods and so forth. I will touch on it. But these are some of the conversations that I will have. But I'm going to take a short break, and I'm going to pour my tea. Did you guys have your bush tea yet? I'm going to pour my tea and come right back. And I'm going to tell you which tea I'm drinking today. This is another small business. I want to highlight the company. I want to highlight what she's doing, but I want to taste her tea first. Because although I'm going to push something, I have to buy into it. I don't just do fake advertising and fake marketing that goes against the ethics of, my career line. So I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I'm going to pour my tea. I'm going to taste it, and I will be right back. Okay? Thank you for tuning in.
Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asked the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, they anoint. From the people voice to the leader's seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rose on how the country running. We break it down. A chance undone in pound and two. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education. Youth, them future, the whole foundation. Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight. So you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power. Take control. Grab your bush tea. Clear your head. Start your day. Properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Cindy. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Daily talk show. Daily talk show. Covering the issues. It drops an empire. Electrifying. Powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. Before you step out, before you decide, get the facts in the morning and walk with pride. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine, nation. Grab your bush tea. Cindy Rosen in the building. Let's break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asked the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, they anoint. From the people voice to the leader's seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rose on how the country running. We break it down. A chance undone in pound and two. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education. Youth, them future, the whole foundation. Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight. So you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power. Take control. Grab your bush tea. Clear your head. Start your day. Properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Cindy. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Daily talk show. Daily talk show. Covering the issues. It drops an empire. Electrifying. Powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. stand. Strong mind, strong people, stronger land. Before you step out, before you decide, get the facts in the morning and walk with pride. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine nation. Grab your bush tea. Cindy Rosen in the building. Let's break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asked the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, they anoint. From the people voice to the leader's seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't unmute my mic. I think that's why my camera guy was calling. We're in different locations this morning. I apologize. Welcome back to the Morning Facts Show. Again, I'm happy that we're able to get back to the morning conversation. Today's the first day of this show. It'll be running Monday to Thursday each week from 8:30 till 11:30, and I plan and pledge to be on time. Anyway, before we went to the break, I said I was gonna grab my bush tea, and you hear it in the song. Wait, do you guys love the song? Let me see some love emojis. Do you love the song? If there are any changes, thanks to Brad Burke for doing that song for me. I'm grateful to him. So let me get some love emojis. Let me open my Facebook page. Let me see that you guys are sending my song some love. I don't see any love emojis, guys. Oh, there they go. There we are. So, can you guys see this? Let me know if you can see it. I'm going to bring it closer to the camera. This is the bush tea that I'm drinking right now. It's called BVI Bush Teas, and they have a lot of different flavors, and it's delicious. I'm having some. It's actually delicious. The one that I'm having is lemongrass and mint. And this is BVI Bush Teas. They come in, the bush tea, the bags. And it's locally grown, produced. She crushes them, all done right here. It has the directions on how to prepare it on the packages, and what is in it, and so forth. It's packaged very nicely, and they have a lot of different flavors. Like they have the Serenity Bliss. Like I said, I just had the lemon. Oh, I'm having the lemongrass mint this morning. There's hibiscus, and this is the local hibiscus. There's sage, lemongrass on its own. Let me see what else is in this bag. Her and I have been talking about trying these bush teas for a while, but I get so busy that nobody can track me down. There is Nature's Powerhouse. And this is a blend of mango, moringa, papaya leaves. And it's packed with natural antioxidants. Okay? And I love this part that the old people say good for common ailments like colds and pain relief. All right, so if you want to reach out to this company to grab some of their bush teas, the number to get in touch, and this is a WhatsApp number, 284-440-3341. And their email address is bvibushteas@gmail.com. Reach out to them. The tea is indeed delicious. She put like a couple chocolates in there for me. And then this is a honey stick. So It comes with your package. You cut it and you drain your honey in. So these are very healthy teas, very natural. They produce locally, and I want to congratulate them for coming up with this concept. Okay, it's called BBI Bush Teas. You can get your Bush Tea by WhatsApping at 284-440-3341 or email bbibushteas@gmail.com. And I'm pretty sure she can mail overseas, but don't hold me to that. Just get in touch with the company and let them know what you would like. Okay, alrighty. So that's some of what we'll do here. So if you want any of your products to be featured even on the morning show during the morning, let me know, and I'll be happy to do so. Okay. All right. What do we want to talk about? Oh, before we get into all of this, do you guys mind if I call Joe Jack? I really want to call Joe Jack. I know that he has been patiently waiting to call me. So let me call him. And then we are going to get into the topics for today. Good morning, Joe Jack. How are you? If you guys can hear Joe Jack, let me know. But I think you definitely can hear him. I'm calling you from the Morning Facts Show. How are you? Everyone can hear you.
Oh my, lovely Monday morning. So I listened to your topic. That's a lovely topic.
So you're tuned in? Where are you tuned in?
I tuned in.
You're on Facebook or YouTube?
Where I am Facebook.
You're on Facebook. Oh, you on Facebook, Joe Jack? I don't see you on Facebook nowhere. Are you one of those? Are you one of those creepers around Facebook that you never see you, but you see everything that's going on?
No, it just come up on my phone.
Oh, I see. So you have it even to your. Okay, cool. So you're one of those Facebook stalkers. Oh my God. So yeah, I said to everybody, I want to call you before I start talking about or topics for today. We're going to go down the news. If there's anything that jump out on you, I want to start with, and I said I want to call Joe Jack first because I know he's patiently waiting to call me or for me to call him. So there are a few things I want to talk about, but what do you think are pressing issues right now in the territory, Joe Jack? What do you think we need to be talking about right now? What's most important to talk about?
And my thing is, just an issue what you speak about last week, about media.
The role of the media? Mm-hmm.
Right. I think people in BBI, there's watch a lot of television, what's going on in media, and I think they should cut some with that. It seems like they don't want you to shoot out the facts about what's going on here. And it seems like they don't want to hide the things what's supposed to be coming out to the public.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they watch a lot of television to see what's going on out there, even about when people kill, youngsters kill and other people kill. They show the person who do the killing, show you where the place is done. So I don't see what's the difference in doing it here.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things I take out of it, and it's not just from Guavaberry, it's other things that have happened, and then I would see people say things like, oh, like that could happen out there, but we don't want it here. So I don't know if it's we're not sure what we want, or we want to decide or pick and choose. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I hear people say that all the time, like it can happen there, but we don't want to see it here. But then we also talk about other thing that's, well, this is happening here, so why can't we do it? I guess whether it's, community housing, other things, other developments that countries are doing, but people don't realize, like, You can't just always want just the good and leave out the bad. Sometimes you got to watch yourself in the mirror to see what's going on with you to make changes.
But Cindy, if we are getting Cindy on big stage, and if they were on the big stage, it should be seeing what's going on once you're on the big stage.
I agree. And yeah, the thing is the thing is, like, we're in such a different space now compared to even the early 2000s, right? Because Facebook in itself, I think that was developed, 2007, when it started really kind of coming out to people. And to be honest, from 2007 to now, I said to people, I never thought that social media would have transitioned to what it is now. But I guess the young people are going to, make it what they want to make it, because this is their era, right? So they're going to develop life how they want it to develop. And we either, keep up or fall behind. That's what I realized. So I didn't think social media would have been here when I joined Facebook, like back in early 2007. Either which way, we're here now, and it creates a different dynamic. And I think while we should be cautious and decide exactly what image we want to show, the whole secretive thing bothers me on a different level. And I think all media, and sometimes we're going to put out things that, we can pull back. And I'm going to speak for Guavaberry. If I put out something that I think is harmful per se, I've pulled it back. Things that I don't see as harmful, I see as educational, I see as building awareness, I see as helping the position that, the BVI has found itself in. I'm going to share those things. I'm not going to pull them back. There will be, different pockets of the community that will see it different, but people need to understand that the media also can't sit back and just decide, oh God, Jojak Ing, I like this picture, so let me not pop this picture. Let me not say it this way because this one mightn't like it this way. And this one I call you and say, you could pull out this part or do this part. And the media cannot function that way, or should not function in that manner. The media is supposed to be free to operate outside of, anything. Okay, there are certain core things that the media should look at, and I'm going to pull those things up because we're going to talk about it on a different level. But there are core things that the media does have to look at, and the media go by when they're sharing stories and videos and images and so forth. Okay, but what we here in the Virgin Islands think it should be is not what it is. We go a lot off of feelings and emotions, and quite often, media houses. And I've said specifically for me because I'm a Virgin Islander, so anything that happens in the Virgin Islands affects me. Okay, I'm not like a media house that just set up here and have no connection to the community. I have a real connection to the community, and so it is difficult for me emotionally when I have to write certain things, share certain things, put out certain information, because you don't want that to be what your community is about or coming to. But the media has to do its job.
My thing, Cindy, is I don't have nothing against media, but want to balance the news. I like it. But want to balance it because of certain folks do this, and then when you come around the next person, you ain't doing it.
Right.
That's the problem I don't have. And once you start to lean them kind of way, people don't respect you with the news.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
I don't personally say that if I do something wrong, okay, tell me. But if I do something wrong because of our name or what name, no, I can't do that. That's why I am telling you right now. That's why I journalist and leave here. Because of that same situation, because people used to want him to bring out what they want to bring out.
Yeah.
Bring out certain people. And he didn't see what the good to see. A good friend of mine, that one. He's a good friend of mine, professional. Being BBC News, he don't be that big journalist. He's a professional.
Yeah.
And he leaves the business because of that.
Yeah. And there are a couple of them that have left and continue to leave because you can't function appropriately. Your integrity for your media house is challenged constantly. And well, they don't call me. The most calls I've had was when I released the video on the young man that died, and I give people the leeway to call me. But normally, you can't call me to tell me take down this or put this up. But a lot of media houses, they get the calls, they get their licenses threatened, they get their permits threatened, they threaten with lawsuits, all sorts of things. And what the media has had to do was arm themselves with legal teams, people that they call constantly. Can I put this out? Can I not put this out? Is there anything in here? Blah, blah, blah. Although it's not, you still cover yourself. And so, for example, I had a few people tell me, oh, I'm going to sue you for putting up the video. I mean, so I had to say, well, you have your lawyer contact our media house, and our media house will respond accordingly. Because people feel that, you throw these certain intimidations and the media is, well, Cindy isn't going to run for the Hill, Guavaberry isn't running for the Hill. But that is what the media, and I don't think it's just here in the BVI. It happens internationally too. It happens in any small community around the world where, they feel like, the members of the community feel like, oh, you don't have to run that, or you have to do what we say, or this, that, you know what I mean? It puts your life in danger, determining certain things you want to report and you don't report it and so forth. But so just like the rest of the world, the media in the BVI, we face a lot of intimidation from members of government, from elected reps, businesses, families. So you have to draw a line. Normally you say draw a line in the sand, but I say after the past couple of weeks, I draw a line, in the cement. So it's dry now. So nobody has the access or the right to call Guavaberry. If you think Guavaberry has put out something that you don't like, or you think it goes whatever, you go through the right process, proper process. You want to contact a lawyer, you do that, and we'll go from there.
You see, I watch, not the journalist, Alex, this guy, Roland Martin, was on YouTube. I learned a lot from him, and this young lady named Jasmine Crockett.
Yes.
I learned a lot.
She's in the Senate, right?
Right. I learned a lot from her watching her. And once you have your news good and you have your proof, okay, you don't have to worry about what you put out there. Because somebody want to frighten you to tell you these things that you wouldn't tell them. But once you have your documents there and prove what they do, what they say, what command we do, even that's why it has been good.
Yeah.
When you watch Parliament House and something said in the house and you come and repeat it, you can't say ain't so.
Right.
It's document.
Right.
They put threaten you when you don't have this proof to show. So you don't have a proof to say that they're selling. So
right.
Once you have your take them document, you have all the information on the doc. It can't threaten you to send them to the liar.
Right. Yeah, and that's where I am, right? So I'm like, you go to your lawyer, we'll respond accordingly, and wherever it's gonna go, it's going to go. But I'm not gonna cower down. and so forth, because I think something else, and we're going to go a few places, right, Jojak? I feel like we're very selective in our outrage, and it depends on who it is. And if it's somebody that we really like, we're going to be extra. If it's somebody that we don't too much care for, you could put whatever you want out there, and then there's no, no backlash or whatever. So I have also learned to function in that space in understanding, the demographic of people that we're, or the different demographics of, pockets of people that we're around. It would appear that was, a bit of a backlash. But one of the things I do constantly, Jojak, if I feel something, or if there's some kind of outrage around me or my products or anything like that, I venture to have a lot of conversations with a lot of different pockets of people because there are people who, depending on how the outrage is, they're not going to want to lend their voice. They're just going to stay quiet about it. They know where their position is, and they just leave it, because for them, as they say, it's sheer ignorance. So I'm leaving that. People are going to go on how they want to go on.
That's why the media ain't gonna get nowhere any better, because
right, we have a lot of work to do.
It has a lot of people have a lot of issues, right? And they don't want to come to the area and see the issues, and they know it happening. But when you speak about it, it came from other people. They join other people to write it up.
Right.
And they know what you say is the truth.
Right. So let me explain to you something else in terms of, right, the role of the media, and the media being able to do its job properly, right? Because the media is there to build awareness, expose information. It's really about being a strong arm of a strong democratic society. Okay, we use that word democratic and democracy loosely around here, but we don't operate that way at all. But that's the job of the media, right? To ensure a strong democratic society. One of the things that the media, and I'm going to share it right now with the public, one of the things that the media is facing around here, right, is information from the police. You know that the police we have to keep begging for information from the police. And I find, when I shared that video of that young man the other week, I felt like this is something the community should see. This is something that will create awareness so people see exactly what it is that's going on around us, because the police would send you the bare basics. They don't give you a name. If there's an injury, they don't give you names, or they give you the name of who they want. When you ask them why they're doing it, they don't really have anything to show you to say, this is why we've made this decision. They just operate on their own whim. So, you'd hear, a young man was shot. This is his name, and the deceased is whoever. And they will tell you that days after. So the media literally has to go out and do its own work full force, right? But there's a big difference when you hear that a young man was shot and died, as opposed to when you see that video, a video like that shows this person stopped. It gives awareness to people to be more aware of your surroundings. Be alert. And that video gave us so much. And yes, on the other side of it, the family still has to live through this. But I also say, in terms of that, this is an open, active investigation. So this family's wounds are going to be opened up constantly until this case is over, because you can't walk into the courthouse and tell the DPP or the court to not, run a video or show evidence in live open court. Open court means anybody could come in, anybody could go with the details. The media can run what they want to run. So you have to understand the situation that has or is unfolding in the public space. This stuff can happen, and then you say to the media, oh, you can't do your job. Only do it to this extent. Only do this. You just can't. And people don't seem to understand that.
The problem I have here, I don't know against the police. What problem I have here, that I see the police that should have a show and during the week say what's going on in the BBI, a program.
But what I'm saying to you, Georgia, is they don't want to. They don't want to share information. They tell you the basics of what they think they should tell. For example, right? There was a shooting in Purcell. There were 3 shootings over the past few weeks, right? There was a shooting first of a Spanish gentleman in Purcell, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
I think it was it either October or November?
Yeah,
I think. Yes. And this young man was shot. Okay. We've come to understand that the young man has died.
Yes.
I have asked the police for more than a week now. I have been asking the police, is this the young man that was shot? You know, it's being said that he has nothing. You can't get nothing out of them, like zero. And this young man has been buried. You can get nothing out of them. And I don't understand. We continue to ask so many questions. We follow up on articles and information. You get nothing out of the police, which makes it very difficult for, the media to do its job. So quite often too, when you hear the media saying allegedly, it's because we can't get anything confirmed out of the police. It makes the society appear to be very secretive. And why? If somebody killed my child, you think I have time to say, oh, my wounds are hurting me? The only wound I have open is the fact that you killed my child, and I sleep a day until I know that you're dealt with. And whatever information come out, I'm going to share that from here to Timbuktu, because I need you to be brought to justice. So sharing a video to show how that my son was shot at, I want you to see everything going on in this video. And if anything in this video can help the police get my child's murderer to jail or prosecuted, that's what I want. That's what I want. And what anybody should want.
I used to think about murder. The public have to get involved. Yes, the police there, but the police have to also get information from public. But if you realize, people don't compare, people don't like the FCC. But when you listen to some people, oh, you're snitching.
Right.
Police cannot do their work unless they get help. Okay? That's the whole issue about hair. People, remember we just had the crime coming.
Mm-hmm.
They will come out, they will just come out in the log and park and this. But when they come around for information, okay, they don't. Because it's not their choice. When your choice now, you want you to come forward and say, that's what happened here. And I do say, if you look at it, the police alone don't want to give information. I mean, if you listen to the house itself, where you think government ministers don't want certain things come out to the public.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. And they don't like you to use that word secretive, but the society is still very secretive, and we seem to still want to thrive on that. And we're in 2025. That cannot be what we're doing in 2025.
But you have to have a person who will have the guts to say the things and the air and don't pray to say the things, because I ain't gonna just go on the mic and just say things that I need to say. I go up there and take it, and I love there is a nice place. And if we leave after we, because the country we all go, we in a bad, I have a set of green bad.
Don't start no trouble on my phone.
I'm obsessed. We here long, and we supposed to protect hair. And because going on wrong hand in the big area. But in a way right now, they let us square the being in a part ever. When you speak on to the things then, people get back. People get back. Or come back to the police now. And think, I know what they get, what they're doing tickets, right? You know, they don't bring tickets thing here or whatever. But every Tuesday, they get police to be on Facebook and then I did radio speaking about the issues what's going on there. Even to the prison officer, they have a program letting you know what's going on, what's going on. We don't have that here. And this is the thing that needed to know what's going on there, what's this here, what's that there. We do not have it. We do not have it. I don't know why. I mean, I to put them there back. But even people trying to stop using the radio. Yes, Facebook and just quick thing. But they also have to listen to the radio.
Yeah.
To what's going on. Even to the House, the Parliament, to know what's taking place in Friday. Because a lot of things have been said inside it, but people don't listen. Oh, I don't listen to them. If you want to know what's going on, you have to listen.
You have to listen. You have to listen. But also, I think, and I'm not swaying too much from the topic, but I think people are very tired, exhausted. They're at an exhausted point of, I don't want to say politics. I want to say of, listening to the House of Assembly, listening to or elected reps. It just, people are at an exhausted point with a lot of that stuff in the territory. And we're going to get to that conversation. But yeah, so there's an exhaustion that's happening. Even as we look forward to the next election, there's a lot of conversation. I don't even like to really say it out loud because I tell people to stop that they're not going to the polls, but there is exhaustion. And, we have to look at why that is. And, that's another issue that we should talk about very much so in depth.
Since you got me on here, you know what I talk about?
No.
That can't come about because if you ain't making me feel at home, why should be part of what's going on?
I don't think it came from there. I don't think it's literally coming from it's coming from where you go to the polls every 4 years, and every 4 years you're disappointed. The people that you voted for, they do a switcheroo on you. They say all they need to say to get in. When they get in, they're not even an inkling of focus on those things that are actually important to the people. So people are getting tired of and frustrated of going to the polls. But I also want people to know that you get exactly what you vote for, because again, we know some of these people. And even if one come and they put on a front and then they get in and they do a switcheroo, send the country into a by-election. The people have the power and they just don't realize how much power they have, or they are afraid to use this power. And I still don't understand why. We talk about biting the hands that feed us and all kind of nonsense. You think the money that sharing out contracts and so forth, that's not their money. That's your money. That's government money. Okay? And I keep saying the government, the elected reps, they can't do nothing about 30,000 of us. Whether you could vote here or not, you're affected. So
let me tell you something. I learned in every day. You see that thing called money. That thing called money. Okay?
Whew. It certainly makes the BVI run.
To play a big role, not play alone. I think what it is, if you want Ivan Corey, some guy tried to kill his own.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens, right? Yeah.
You pay one of them guys $8 million. $8 million. And they try to do a party. He don't give up. He got money to go away. And he takes three out of that for the eight. And split up for your other friend there to kill father.
Yeah.
It will show you. And what people will have problems in a country. Once they get envelope in their hand, they don't care what fast until when the election done. It's time to push. Because they don't get $1,500 in the hand and $2,000 in the hand on TV bed. Going for them. I have a favor and a rent free.
Yeah.
And they suffering all the time. But the child at the time comes, they get $3,000 in an envelope. 2,000. One gets that one. I want to go shop could bring on a case, not a case, a whole trolley full of food. But when I did, they don't care about other pen until when time pass, they start to ball again.
Well,
That's the whole thing, Cindy.
I believe that is some of it, but I also do not believe that. I don't think that enough of that happens. A lot of it does happen. A lot of it does happen. But what I'm saying is, it's multifaceted because there are people who, like businesses, they don't want to, push back at government because they don't want. And these guys are like that. And it's not just these set that's sitting here. This has been going on for quite some time in the BVI, where you don't like something that's going on, you talk out about it. They get up. They go after your businesses. They go after your work permits. They literally harass you. They blacklist you. They don't give you any contracts. So that is part of it too. And I get all of that stuff. But to me, it's time to push back against not some of that. It's time to push back against that. And quite often the elected reps are not the only ones like doing this. It's the civil servants. There are civil servants that turn your life upside down. So when we're talking about going to the polls, again, for me, it's not, just the elected reps and talking about, oh, they're this and they're that. We need to look at people who will come out strong enough to address the situation that's going on inside the civil service. It is the big elephant in the room. Nobody really wants to talk about how serious the situation with that entity is, but it's very serious and it's integral in where the BVI is today.
Yes, I just speak about that. Let me around. It is like when you're going around and have conversation with people, right? And you learn a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You learn a lot going on, right?
Yeah.
You have people come and say that they put in documents to immigration, labor, trade, whatever, for a long time. What the problem? Why they sometimes someone wants to try to blame the minister. Sometimes it's not the minister. Sometimes it's the people who work in the department.
Right. Yes. I agree. Sometimes we do, give the ministers more power than we think they actually have, to be honest.
But sometimes it don't be the minister who causes the problem to the people. They who working inside it, who the cause the problem, and we blame the minister to say he hold that in. I know it happened to a guy who was dealing with a working permit, he went straight. Dealing with the problem, and this is time passing, tell me that when done, the thing right there on that folder.
Yeah, deliberately hiding it. Yeah.
On that folder, I know I have a dude come and tell me, oh, something happened to the immigration way. The immigration passport document is supposed to fix. His son from going to school. And when he got off to immigration, he went around. You know when he had to go? He had to go to the governor. And the governor had to go to the deputy governor to get that straightened out. And when he went to the governor, deputy governor called immigration. And when immigration problem, this is issue that they don't have, but we don't blame the minister that the minister them goes around.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not their problem, something they shouldn't happen.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, Joe Jack? I just laugh because you have to be really wicked, like to do that stuff to people and go home and sleep at night, or go to church on the weekend, or up on the pulpit preaching, or you're playing the piano. I'm laughing, but that stuff boggles my mind. But yeah, we have those serious situations. I want to pull up some of the comments here. One in particular, I think it's gone all the way up, so I won't see it again. But it's the gist of it was, and it's from our good friend Roger Williams. The gist of the comment was, if the media has information and is going to write a story, they should call the person that the story is about. And then, and then after the conversation, basically decide whether you're going to release the article or not. That is absolutely incorrect. One, that is absolutely correct. But information like that goes out there and people actually believe it. I can do you the courtesy of a call. I don't have to. I can do you the courtesy of a call. And quite often, I don't waste my time because I know I'm not going to get any responses. So, yeah, wait, just to ventilate it. No, the media doesn't need to call you, and the media doesn't need to get your permission to write an article about you. Once the ducks are lining up, T's are crossed, I's are dotted, you run with the article. The best thing people can do is keep themselves out of any situation that could end up in the media, negatively, that is. Because we do get a lot of flack, but when you write good stories, one, they don't go anywhere, but they don't give you kudos for those either. So the media should just do its job. The media has, under no circumstances, need to call anyone to get any permission to run any stories. The media operates in a free space. But you know what? To be honest, Jack, I don't even think that people are deliberate in this thought process. It's how you've been trained and how you've been, was groomed, right? There are a lot of things and a lot of ways in which the BVI function that is not right, that goes against integrity, democracy. But when you're in it so much, you can't really pull out right from wrong, right? For example, a child, you're raising a child and you're raising a child a certain way. The child isn't going to understand or certain things because they've been brought up in a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? So many things have become commonplace in the BVI, whether it's right or wrong, that people just don't know. No, you can't tell the media not to write something. No, the media, and I don't know. So that, again, I'm going to always say that there's a lot of work to be done to bring the BVI back from where we are, because it's for a long time we've operated in a space that's not, I'm going to say kosher. When last you hear that word? Somebody used the word copacetic to me yesterday. I was like, I've not heard that word in years, copacetic. But yeah.
So business. So because me and my good friend is friends, and I got how they go do stupid things. He can't report the stuff that I do, and what has to get locked up because I'm his friend. He should have to write about me. Who can be put myself in trouble? Me and your next leader, I suppose the girl there. Look, okay, let me here and say to you, okay? Look what happened this weekend. And a Facebook talk. With the whole name wrap up in it. You think I get back?
Oh my goodness.
You think I get back? Me and Mr. Hot talk about it. I said, Mr. Hot, why you get wrap up in it? You get wrap up.
I don't even want to talk about that yet. I might leave that for another day, but that was absolutely disgusting behavior. Just simple.
I only bring it up because you know, and I go, no, I listened to it and I did have some say what he has thinking about it. I mean, he had never had no it's people are now with talking him. So because somebody think about it, I should go there and cut and go in and carry. No, he's a part of an organization.
Mm-hmm.
And if the organization doing they do, and you feel like I want to give them the link, if they're doing wrong, you just say. If they're doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
This is what we think about. Come and tell, which I just said earlier on. Once you have the facts on a lot of things, where you could prove when they try to say they're going to you bring up all the copies.
Yeah, someone.
That's why the Lord every day and Roland Martin show and other show on TV, what I don't watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you don't have these facts,
Yeah.
that's where you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Someone else says, what about when it's important to get the subject's response? It's important to have okay, I guess they were saying it's important to have balanced reports. And that is absolutely correct. So that's why I said you can reach out to people. But what Roger was saying, that you reach out and then based on, the person's response, you decide whether to run the article or not. And I'm saying that is incorrect. We don't go based on whether the person who the article is about wants us to run it or not. So I'm putting that to bed. Yes, fair, balanced reporting is to get the other side. And quite often when you reach out to people here, they don't want to say anything to you. They don't answer you. When we can reach out, we reach out. But most times people they're not going to answer you. Not even the government officials want to answer you. Some of them will. Some don't even answer their phone. So you get to that point where, like I said, you cross your T's, dot your I's, you try to get all the information you can, and you go from there. For example, I could talk about the premier, right? People often say, oh, you only talk bad about the premier. You know how many good articles that are put out about the premier? You think anybody will read them? They don't read them. They want dirt, they want excitement, and then they want to turn around and blame you when you put out a delicious, I'm going to say delicious and not salacious, because I'm going to put out a delicious article. They like that. And it's natural and normal. It goes much further. But, yeah.
Once they're writing the truth, they don't want to read it, and they want to hear it. Okay? They want to get to hear someone to hear things, and that's it. And they don't believe you because, which I tell you, last year, some years ago, when sometimes I have to push my good friend, I told her with Marlon, God told her to straighten up a lot of issues, a lot of this. And when he started to do that, all his faults is finished. Because he used to have documented majority of people try to blame him for a lot of things. And when he did not document, then they tune in,
Yeah.
pull back, and then never come back on the radio again and talk because he never used to come with hair and this thing. He come with document and he telling you what it is. And the whole thing is about hair. Too much of hair thing, and that's it. And that's why you see the place is better because we feel to tell the press.
Yeah.
Come back to a thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
what happened to professional journalists who was here.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. If you're in your car, if you're at home, you can tune into 90.9 right now, and they will be carrying the show until 11:30. So 90.9, 10:30 to 11:30. You can tune in right now, and you can get in on the conversation. Okay. Go ahead, Jajak.
Yes, me and Father, cool. He said when he came here the first time, one of our minister warned him about doing the news. And you know, he was a person who's afraid to tell you what he can tell you. And he's a professional. He said, listen, I come here to do a job, and you ain't gonna tell me how to do my news.
Yeah.
That's why a minister was in the house. And because she gave permit. And that's the whole issue.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I remember, and I talk about it, and sometimes I share the videos. I remember, the way, the former Premier Andrew and, the former Minister Kevin Malone. I remember the way they handled Zan, like it was public. They were slaughtering him publicly. And I remember that very well. And, we would, chuckle at sometimes things they say or do, but those are open attacks on the media. That shouldn't happen, and they dealt with him because one, they feel like, oh, you can't ask me anything. And it was just really awful and embarrassing to see how they handled him. It was a really big thing. But yeah, the media continues to face a lot in this territory. Like I said, I'm not gonna just say that it's here alone. Any media across the world, especially in small communities, they deal with a lot, right? But people have to understand that the media isn't here to make your life difficult. It's to make life better for everybody. Okay, and if you get caught up in something, that's not the media's fault, that's your fault. What you got caught up in is now in the public space, and the public is going to deal with it accordingly, whether that's people talking, people whispering, social media sites sharing stuff, the media writing stories. That is on you. Like, you did that, like you created that. You understand what I'm saying? When members of government, they're elected, they go into the house, they have to know that stories are going to come out. You have to do what you're supposed to do, or else the public will speak, the media will pick up stories, and that's just how it goes. If you don't want to be talked about, then stay out the public way. Don't go in their offices. You understand what I'm saying? And if you happen to be in their offices, do what you're supposed to do, and that's that. You can't then blame the media or other people for having the conversation.
Look at this. I just bring up my good friend who passed away. One time, the PhD was on ZTV. I am a person to ask questions. And I went to ask Honorable Premier Andrew a question. And my good friend had a question I was going to ask the Premier. He tried to block me.
Yeah.
He tried to block me, and you know Andrew. I said, let it stop. I said, let it stop. I said,
Yeah.
Father,
Right.
I'm a journalist. I like to ask the things that and then
Yeah.
some people don't like.
Yeah.
I ask them a question and
Yeah.
it's not like it.
Yeah. And I believe, you know, Joe Jack, like that's why too where we are in terms of getting community support. Like if they have like a town hall meeting, people don't bother to come out because they know they can't freely say what they want, ask questions, and so forth. Because these guys, their skin is so thin, they get flustered about everything. They're upset. You breathe too hard in a direction they don't like, and they're upset. I don't understand it. But I want to transition to, before I let you go, because I want to get your opinion on this, because I'm pretty sure you have a solid opinion. I want to ask you, I'm going to transition to this other topic. But before I do that, Dee's restaurant upstairs of frozen imports, their menu for today is roasted leg quarters with herbs, stew pork, stewed turkey wings, beef liver, kingfish, and the sides are white rice, rice and peas. Huh. We're in the BVIA, peas and rice. I got to talk to them about that. Wait, it's spaghetti in tomato sauce. So that's their menu for today. I'm gonna give it to you again, but that's their menu for today. So go and check them out. All right, peas and rice. Switch that around, D's. Go ahead. Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Before 12 o'clock.
That food is gone. That's correct. That food is gone. That food is gone. Yeah. I think, and I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but I think they're transitioning to doing dinner as well. So food later in the afternoon, which I think is a fabulous idea. I know we should eat at home, cook at home more, but when you're running around all day and the children have all these after school activities and you're getting home 7 o'clock, 7:30, it's hard to put on a pot. And yes, you could meal plan, but sometimes you don't want to eat the same thing for the whole week. So, but they're also gonna be doing dinners. I think they're gonna let the public know. I think they announced it. They're gonna let the public know when they're ready to start. But I think that's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, it's not going by their restaurant alone. You like to cook. Just come in the raspberry and you get your chicken leg to go in. And you pork chop everything and fill it in raspberry. That's pork. So, frozen import.
Yes, oh yes, they do. They do have a location. I don't know what Rasville is. I don't think the public knows what Rasville is. Anyway, Purcell. They do have a location in Purcell as well. I want to transition to this topic, and then I'm gonna let you go because I want to get your take on it. So, just before Christmas, we had the Honorable Stacey Mather. He jumped from the opposition, and not only from the opposition, but from the alliance, which was formed about a year ago. He jumped from there and he went over to the government side, right? Which then gave the government 9 members, leaving 4 on the opposition, okay? And then, we're hearing these conversations, and 2 articles so far have gone out. Guavaberry wrote the first one. I think Virgin Islands News Online released one last week about, there being conversation around, Honorable Turnbull joining back with the NDP and he becoming the opposition leader. What's your view around all of that? And then I'll go a little bit more in depth for the public to kind of understand the conversation more.
Well, let me tell you, Sarah, who want to get back to me, who want to not have a race. I'm stuck out of the race. Okay, let me tell you this. When you say something about the other side that they need to erase, you should be able to have a lot of patience to wait till storm comes, the unicorn comes.
So you're saying Honorable Mather was impatient?
Yes, I'm impatient. Because listen, as much as you calm me down. You calm me down. So I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. I should be glad to stay outside and hit you all the time that when election time come, I could knock you out.
So do you think, yeah.
Me joining you to strengthen you.
Yeah. Do you think his position was more self-serving, country-serving, 50-50? What do you think?
Well, he said God ordered to help.
But what do you
I
think?
don't know what he said God ordered help because if I want to knock you out, I don't have patience. I just continue on to what I have to tell. If I want something get done, I come and tell you I need this done. I need this done, but meanwhile I join you. And I see you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to join you, and I think I pick up a lot of time with the idea of a kind of a style in telling you, it's our country, and you need to, that's why they want you to come over
Yeah.
to join them. And they use the country in it.
While I understand the makeup of how the House of Assembly works, and when I say that, what I mean is so you have 13 members, right? And somebody's going to end up on the opposition, and it is very important to have an opposition. For democracy to function, you have to have an opposition. So let's just put that out of the way, period. But at the end of the day, right, all 13 of these people were elected by the country, okay? All the district reps, all the at-large members. And when you as a government feel that you're going to punish a particular district because the rep is not a part of your party, that is the worst type of abuse of a people, okay? Okay, because you have to remember, people over there in that community, they voted for people within your party as well, but your party member didn't make it, somebody else made it. But this district that doesn't hold one member of your party as the rep, they're still entitled to be taken care of because they pay taxes, they're part of this country, and you're supposed to be looking out for all the people. You understand what I'm saying? So whether the district rep for that, district is on the opposition or on the government side, that district is to be taken care of. I know they look at it like, oh, if we take care of the district, it means, we're making the member look good. But I think that's absolute nonsense. That's absolute nonsense.
Cindy, what you just said is right. I said the same thing. I was the premier for Nevis to have a show on Wednesday. And I was all in and, talking about it. But what you just said is the right thing. Election finish. I belong to fixing the whole place.
Yeah.
You understand? Which you just said also, there are people inside of the same district vote for you.
Yeah. And to me, if the premier...
So you're punishing me, and you're punishing your own people.
Yeah, so that's why I look at Mather sideways, because listen, if Mather had gotten up and said that, there's so much going on around me, I'm, like one of the newest members of the House, I'm here to work for the people, I'm not getting that. If he got up and sat by himself on the opposition, I would have seen him separating himself from everything that he's saying is a problem. I'm looking at him side eye because you're upholding an abuse against a people, which you know to be a fact, right? If the premier so believes in Mather, in the work that Mather has done with whether YEP or with young people or whatever, why you need him to sit on your government to say, can we shake hands across the floor, which the premier keeps talking about. Can we shake hands across the floor? And can you work on the rated program? I know you're great with young people. I know you can get it done. Why does he need to go over and sit with you, although he doesn't believe in your leadership and what you do and how you continue to manage the country? Why would he need to go over there and sit over there if you believe in him as a young person? You've worked together before on young people issues before either of you went into the house. So why does he have to do that? So I lost respect for Meta because he couldn't stand up and say or even wait. Because election going to be in another 9 to 10 months. Okay? And it just, the whole situation rubbed me the wrong way. Because it's showing me that these people, the first thing for them, the first priority is them, then the country. I personally feel that Meta wants to secure a political career. And that's another thing I talk about. And that's not a career. You get in there, you do what you could to help the people. And if you're voted out, you're out. But you don't go in there to sit down and just, toe the line or do things that you're not even supposed to be doing to say you're building a career to stay in there. So none of that stuff don't fly with me.
Cindy, as you are not topic, what the premier looking for, he have enough people that he call election tomorrow, he got enough. Yeah,
Well, he should call election tomorrow.
I did talk about that. Now let me talk about the opposition now. We want to come with me with the opposition.
Yeah, let's deal with the opposition now as it sits.
Let me deal with them before they get together, okay, and speak on one page. They're trying to diss my rep, and I can't separate from.
Who is your rep?
Honorable Myra Wallace.
Okay. Oh, everybody don't know who your rep is, so you gotta say it.
My rep is Honorable Myra Wallace. They're trying to let me out in the poll, okay? And who wants to get back to their direction? I listened to the house, and you know what it's trying to do? It's trying to leave him stand alone because it's trying not for him not to go England, number one. Okay? And you know the other thing when I say, one radio show said he's a good leader, he could be a leader. You know what he's doing? And he's a worker. But because of his parents, I got to them, it's not from here. You don't want him to be leading. And that's what the fight in the house is.
Yes.
You don't want him to be the leader and it's showing the public. It's showing the public what I'm saying and what I'm being. And I just get emotional with this kind of thing with this bar. They are not simple. Because in America, once you born in the USA, you could be premier, you could be premier, you could be other things outside of that that you from there. If you check out a lot of newscasts in America, you see some all these people, ministers, senators, and all of them things too. Okay? But here telling you, they're the one, you're the outside people, to join them and vote for them. And when you try to pull one of your bars here, to say that he can't lead us, he can't lead the party, and that's what they're trying to do here. And listen to the house, and they continue saying that they seem like they don't want him to be the opposition leader, that he could go to England and sit down and pick out for us and everybody. I'm going to tell you the same thing. I'm glad to bring this time and God bring up this topic. You know, Cindy, I can tell you, I go up here, and it seems like they don't want nobody in the house stand up for expert people. And that we have a problem here. One time you speak and stand up for expert people, the victory. They have to have somebody, whether you're from here or not from here, and stand up for people as a whole. You don't have to be expert. But here, one time you
Yeah.
If a child born here, it's supposed to be son able to be a premier in this country once the talent and before those guys and the opposition sit down and take that nonsense out of their head and sit together as a strong team because they could be a strong team when they meet. But they don't want my representative to be a leader of this country and be an opposition leader, and that's the problem of going on.
Do you? I think from certain corners, and I'm talking about in the House of Assembly, and even on the opposition, I think from certain corners that it is that, you know, there's a conversation about, you know, we don't want an island man to lead us in, like they put him there in that category, right? And I said some corners, but for the majority of it, and yes, there's that problem on the table where they're saying they don't want him to go to the UK, so they're trying to get him removed as the opposition leader. But putting all of that aside, there are other conversations that keep, you know, going on around this subject where he is power hungry. It's not his turn, because I don't know who decides whose turn it is when people go to vote, right? It's not his turn. But most importantly for me, they keep talking about this, you know, power hungry thing. Okay. And right now, as I understand it, like those three can't even move themselves. Honorable Turnbull, Penn, and Skelton can't move themselves because they can't decide who is going to be the opposition leader. So where really is the power struggle? How do you get to the point where you sum it up to one man when all of them are doing the same thing, positioning, racketing, turning themselves upside down because they want to be in the top spot? So how do you single out one man? Do you think there's some level of jealousy there? There has to be more. There has to be more than, you know, you're not born here, or you're born here, but you're not generational. There has to be a little bit more when it comes to him. Okay, because I didn't hear nobody erupt, you know, when there was a possibility that Lorna Smith could have been the premier, or she aspiring to that, because, you know, she wasn't born here. Myron was born here. Okay, you know, and so we kind of make these decisions, and when we talk about nation building, I don't think we understand exactly what it means, right? And again, we don't plan for not even 2 years ahead of us, because you've already brought these people into a fold. You've already made them Virgin Islanders. You can't now turn around and attack them. You need to figure out how you're moving forward. And to me, we haven't done that yet, and we still haven't done it. And I'm going to go back to where I say I don't have a problem with anybody, no nationality. I don't have a problem. Are we to protect the Virgin Islands for Virgin Islanders first? I absolutely believe so. And that includes the people that we have brought in and given Virgin Islander status way back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. We can't abandon those people now, okay? And when we think about adjusting our laws based on what we're going through, that's where you're talking about protecting the Virgin Islands moving forward. And I keep saying that we have a serious situation unfolding in the BVI, where I'm going to bring my numbers down now because I've been talking about this so long. I'm going to bring it down to 5 years, that the entire face of what the Virgin Islands looks like is going to change, because we only have energy for some people and some things, and we're losing the whole battle when you really think about the whole situation that's unfolding. But I say, let us carry on.
Okay, let me say this here. Okay, my thing is not really sit me up emotionally when I speak about it, is when I heard this brother on his show and made a kind of statement about voting for independence. Okay, and when he passed with Master saying that once you is a belong in this country and all that kind of thing, you can vote. So So, you know, what he's trying to tell you. What he's trying to tell you. You belong on the naturalization and don't mean nothing to them. You know, all what you could do, join us, make us win.
And we go from there, yeah.
I'm glad to touch this topic because if you check out majority of the children, they were doing good in this country, born right here. And when a lot of them listening, I would like a lot of them take a stand into this time and be serious about where they're from. Because if they don't stand up to where they're born in this country, they will get left out. And that's what they're trying to do with Constitution. Because I get a letter in my phone saying that if somebody born here for so time, they can't run for election. And they're born right here in this country. Okay? So here are these things. And they're trying to blame my expert for the paper. Not my expert, my arrest for that. And what that document say, Cindy, it's a true fact. It's a true fact. You cannot leave out. This is yours. These people is yours. And if you pushing them away, okay? What will happen is these people you're supposed to be proud of. So you only want them for a certain time, and then you don't want them for a certain time, Cindy. You're not the kind of choose. And we have some children who born here. They was a part of this discussion. They think this thing is a joke, you know. Because when you see the Constitution go up there, and they make agreement,
yeah,
and shut them out. And when they need to get documents done, when they need to get something done, you go through the Constitution. So you can't do it. You can't have this country. You get lumbered. And it's a serious thing. They're fighting for me. I'm fighting for the children who are in this country, what they need to protect. And some of these sorry, we black, but we got white man mentality. You got something like Trump. We got and I tell you the same thing. I got to talk something about his face to say this.
Yeah. Well, I keep saying that we actually, especially here in the BVI, we actually need to go and really review what the word colonialism means. We sum up a lot of things to the white man, but a lot of these things and behaviors don't have a color. It's a mindset, and in the way we deal with people and treat people, you know. And I say it all the time. Okay, you're my brother, right? And you treat me in such an awful way, but I should hate the white man. Only the white man for treating me that same way. No, I hate both y'all ass. Period. Right? Because you're doing the same thing. You being the same skin tone as me doesn't justify you being able to do that to me or doing that to me. So we need to go and look up really and truly what the word colonialism means. And that anybody can do that and put that on a people. Quite often we put it on our own people. And we're the problem, but we're looking at other people as the problem. We got a serious situation in the BVI.
But Cindy, listen, I'm going to tell you clear now. We who come here, okay, get children here in this country. Some of them behave the same way. And they don't know, they're in the same packet and wondering what they're trying to pull off. They're in the same bracket. They will say what will get left up in the Constitution. They believe that there's a he. It's not a he. It's about who born here. They got to take who it is. And some of them, when you hear some of them talk, you call them old people, oil people, and they don't realize you're standing up. If you don't have somebody to stand up, Cindy, how they know?
Yeah, but you know, I want to say too, Joe Jack, and you know, I'm not being, you know, not understanding of what it is, you know, they're trying to say and aspire to. But again, to me, you know, it's another form of being selective. Okay, but I also want to say that we have to be very careful with this can of worms. And I'm not even going to say that we're opening, but that has open, and it's been open for a while, and now it's getting a very tricky, and it's gonna boil down to maybe where actually the BVI should be and not where people want it to be, because I understand 9th-generation Virgin Islander, right? And a lot of them who talking, they can't even make up 9 generations on both sides. So they can't even add the generations, they go back on both sides to make up 9 or 10, because my children will be 10 generations, right? But even me, because my father isn't from here, they try to look at and say, oh, you ain't really from here. They do that to even us. They do that to even us. So, I mean, it's a really bad can of worms that's opening. And if we don't get a grip of it, if we don't ventilate the conversation, if we don't have this conversation properly, it is, so I don't know. I mean, how do you nation build when you divide like this though? How do you nation build when you divide, when you decide, okay, like your mom and dad, even your mom and dad being born here, and if, my daughter is born outside the territory, and then her child is born outside the territory, you start breaking down how much of a belanger they are. Like, how do you nation build when you separate like that? Like, I don't even get it. My sister is my sister is my sister. I never refer to any of my siblings by only my mother or only my father as my half siblings and step nothing. They're my brothers and they're my sisters, period.
Cindy, let me tell you this here, okay? If a lot of our children who up there who think that and who got it stand up and speak on the issue, right? Things could be different. But there are some of them afraid to speak about the issue. They're afraid to speak about the issue. I some family went over back home near it. Okay? But they say like I go back home near it, they go welcome me. But you born and me welcoming you. That's the issue. I'm going to tell you the issue against Cindy. When you got me on the phone, you know what happened to her? They have a lot of children who born here, went away with their parents and back small, and graduate, get a job, and they see advertisement on the Facebook or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, listen, I'm going back home where Barna was, I get you a job there.
Mm-hmm.
So, when they come here, you think this will pass through any issue? And the Barna in this country? Tell me.
Well, they should make sure that before they leave, they have whatever paper they need for here, because if they're born here and they didn't go through, the right process to become Virgin Islanders, then yeah, they're gonna appear as an outsider. I feel that depending on the amount of time they live here, they should be given some kind of leeway. But if they got up and they left and they didn't grow up here or become a part of this society, no, they shouldn't be given any. That's how I feel.
No, Cindy. I went home with my mother, come back here, because I know I'm a big man. I want to take care of my home. So you think I should just go to all and expand me? Listen, I listen to this guy from Africa, all the guys from Africa. So you tell me, for paper man, people hospital. I should go to all man and make my own. But I found in this fucking home. How you gonna get it strong? How you gonna get it strong? Listen, before I leave, you're not this young man. I came in long time here working for government for a long time, doing well. When I get to here with this brother from, and then I just check out a lot of people who in the government working. It's expatriates who doing well in government. And this starter, I couldn't believe he born. His mother is a different son. His father, some extend I'm alone. I said, why would this woman tell me so? I said, what? It's Kendrick Malone. I said, you can't do a Kendrick is a kitty shot. I said, you see the same thing? That's what we need to erase because it's the
Well, if you want to adopt it, it's mixed nationality. That's why I said we're opening a can of worms that is just going to, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well.
Somebody have to stand up, and that movie is not getting in this video because you don't have somebody standing up towards these negative things. Instead of we there, we leave in the role. Like I said, the role, you know what the role are, we end up being part of the role of him. But we still going with it and feel it is all right. But a lot of people get vexed with me. Look at what they got full of experts. Okay, that's a train bar out there. So you want to tell me you must separate them too? You must separate them from Manigala? And this one is that's what I don't fight for. He fighting for me. I fighting for we have to live with unity. So I said the only election for you are my vote, and then you want me again. When I go to vote for the country, you're crazy. Look at Brother Manny. Brother Manny went out there for the hotel and bringing gold. And he passed away. You never hear much advertisement with him. That he went out there with Willow South and thing and bringing gold for the country. These are the things what people getting fired up because no one knows it. Think about these things. Touching these topics, free to touch that topic. The feel is good. And the brotherhood of the honor, they show every Tuesday. Talk about this division. This was causing a lot of these because I tell you, he up my feeling when he said, and then he tried to brush it up. So you don't know where that said. That, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. All because my running in this district. Okay? I will go vote again. Once he stops run, I stop vote. Because I don't like what's going on here where I love this country and this division is a national division.
Yeah. We definitely have to look at it.
What do you think investors? Some of them don't want to come to the country. Because of certain things they will hear on the air, Facebook and all of these things. So that investors are coming to our country. Yeah, that's another conversation we're gonna go in depth with, but I mean, the crux of it really and truly is that we don't treat people well. Whether we want to hear it or not, we don't treat people well. But I'm going to jump quickly on two things as we're coming down to the 11:30 hour. What are your thoughts on the 13 Must Go movement? The 13 Must Go movement. Have you heard about it? So there's a wait, there's a movement out there that's saying all 13 has to go. All right, no problem. Thank you. All right, that was the mighty Joe Jack. But yeah, I just want to touch on that briefly. I don't know how many of you and put it there. Let me see if you have heard about the movement that all 13 must go. Let's discuss that one tomorrow. So come with your positions on it. I'm going to take questions out of the online conversation. And again, you can call in tomorrow. I will hopefully be giving a different number and not this number. And you're able to call in and you're able to be a part of the conversation. We're on 90.9 right now. We should be live over there. In this last 15 minutes, I want to touch quickly on this other subject, and I'll bring up the others tomorrow. The situation, and I feel like it shouldn't take a lot of my time because we've been talking about this subject for a little while and it keeps popping up. The situation with the U.S. Virgin Islands and the charter boat industry,
and the BVI. Now, I don't know what everybody's position is on it. I've been following, of course, the developments in the USVI. I know Senator Plaskett, she spoke to Congress about it back in December. She brought it up in Congress. And I think there was a fresh conversation on it last week where Governor Bryan, who I consider to be a traitor, he took the situation, well, he didn't take it. He wrote a letter. And while I feel like he's going to say or do what I guess he has to say and do as the governor, I still do not side with what he did, right? But so there's this ongoing situation. Well, I don't know if it's an ongoing situation. The U.S. Virgin Islands is having an issue with decisions that we've made as a territory, as a British territory. They are under the U.S. We govern our territory. So there was a decision made, some changes were made to the costs in licenses and everything to do business in all waters. Now, if you're registered in all waters, you don't face those costs. So the U.S. Virgin Islands is saying, well, the charter industry over in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I want to be careful with my words because I want y'all to understand exactly my position on this and what I'm saying very clearly. The charter industry in the U.S. Virgin Islands is saying that we are affecting their economy, their businesses to the tune of $165 million. Now, I see Virgin Islanders, especially with, the thought of a letter going to Trump. And I guess people feel like Trump is, erratic. You don't know what he'll do or say or whatever. But just to be clear, for the governor to write a letter to Trump, if Trump cannot now have a conversation with us, that goes a level above us, which now becomes a conversation between the U.S. President, in the UK, Prime Minister. It's above us. Either which way, he did that. And if you ask me, and to be honest, I don't think it's going anywhere. The U.S. Virgin Islands has to go now and figure out how they can develop their waters, their charter industry over there. If they want to do charters over here, which they've been selling for decades as if it's theirs and making all the money, and we making no money. You can imagine you have a house and you invite someone to come and stay with you, and it's just you and them, and all in a sudden they like renting out rooms in your house, right? So they're renting out a room, say for $100, and they're giving you $1 and they're keeping the rest, because that's really what's happening. And the BVI has tried to put its foot down for decades on this situation. Everybody thinks that this is a new situation. And people are saying, oh, they could have carried up the fee bit by bit by bit. But if the U.S. Virgin Islands was cooperative, this fee could have been going up over the years. But every time it comes to the table, we are threatened, intimidated, and so forth. And I keep saying is the one thing that I will say I appreciate Shawanda for. I don't think there'll be anything else. Right? In terms of his politics and policies, I am glad that he put his foot down on this situation, because the BVI has been raped for years by the U.S. Virgin Islands. And let me tell you, when I say that, these are not even our family over there, Virgin Islanders. And that's why I call Brian what I call him. These are mainland Americans that come into the U.S. Virgin Islands, because Virgin Islanders over in the U.S. Virgin Islands have no rights. And that's something I guess we're fighting for over here, to make sure that we stay in control of what we have, no matter who's in charge of us, right? It's U.S. mainland, both owners, charter company owners, that are affected by this, that are making millions and millions and millions of dollars off of this territory, while we who own the waters in the territory aren't really making anything, and we have to fall down to them. So yes, Brian did what he had to do, but it isn't our brother and sister over there in the US Virgin Islands that's really affected. It's businesses from mainland Americans that set up business in the US Virgin Islands and has been raping this territory. And again, I'm glad that the premier has put his foot down. And I tell you, Andrew tried. Brian took Andrew for a joyride. I don't know what happened there, but I'm very glad that Shawande put his foot down on this situation. I might be wrong, but I don't see anything coming of it. We talk about visas and losing this and losing that. We're under the UK. What are they gonna say? We can't, like, nobody in from the UK can come through on their passports. Okay, we don't really even need that agreement between St. Thomas and the US Virgin Islands. St. Thomas in here, where we go in there on a waiver, we can fly out on a UK passport. But, you know, we need to understand our strengths before we start falling to intimidation. And we could feel intimidated, especially with, you know, the governor saying, oh, I've written a letter to the president. I don't see Trump blinking an eye, not just because of the UK, but because of other things too. I don't see him blinking an eye. Okay? We're one of the top financial destinations in this world, and I'm just going to leave that as that. Okay? I don't see it, and I don't believe that we should be thinking about, you know, doing it bit by bit by bit. I think we're way past that. We're in 2025. And if that was the mindset then, we wouldn't have been at this situation now. Okay? But we're here. And I want people to understand that these are our waters. This is our actual product. Like, this belongs to the British Virgin Islands. It isn't something that we have to share with the US, or that we, you know, should be negotiating with, or anything like that. You know, this is the BVI. It is all waters. It is all sailing coals. It's all, you know, this is all territory. And we should not be having to be brought to a table, to be intimidated, and so forth, to negotiate what is economically sound for all people and for this territory. And that's my position on that. It's 11:23 now. We're winding down to the 11:30 hour. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us. I want to touch on our powered by. Okay, so we have frozen imports, and again, I'm gonna pull up their menu for today. They have Dee's Restaurant, which is upstairs of frozen imports, and they put out their lunch menu every day. Again, yes, you gotta get there early so that you can get what's on their menu. And today, for their main courses, they have roasted leg quarters with herbs. They have stew pork, stewed turkey wings, beef liver. When did turkey wings become a thing? I know it's a thing, but I don't really even like turkey. There's kingfish. And for sides, they have white rice. They have peas and rice. Shizu, if you're listening, switch that around. It's not rice and peas, it's peas and rice. We have spaghetti in tomato sauce. And of course, while you're there, you drop into frozen imports. You pick up any deals that they have for the week. I think they're deals for the week and today. And so you grab what you need. We also have Macassin AC. You know, Macassin is carrying their own line of AC right now. I think they have fridges, like mini ones, standing fans. They have quite a few things now. So, you know, stop in. The summer is coming because Christmas is gone. All we can look forward to now is summer, although it has felt like the summer for the whole year, all into Christmas. But they're located here in Fish Bay in the Skelton Bay lot. We also have Premier Insurers Limited. We're also powered by them. We're powered by Caribbean Sellers. We're powered by CCT BVI. While we're here, I also want to mention, like I said, I'm going to be mentioning people all through the week, persons and companies. I want to mention Rotang Wholesale, which has been a great supporter and support of Guavaberry Media, the platform, and so forth, and whether purchasing ads and business from the platform. And that, again, has been an immense support for us. So I don't want to leave without supporting them. They also have their deals of the week, which I believe are ending today or ended yesterday. Don't go into Rotan Wholesale and say that I say they have deals. Neither for frozen, but I believe their deals end today. And if they don't, Sis Cindy said they extended until today is over because we've already said it. But yeah, so all these entities, we want to say thank you to them. And we're going to wind up for today. Again, I'm going to apologize that I was late. Tomorrow should be very much on time. And again, reach out to BVI Bush Teas. This is the tea I'm going to be drinking for this week until the bags are finished. If you want me to feature your product, give me a call, 440-3234. There are packages that I still have available. At the end of every year, I put packages on sale with the Guavaberry Media platform. If you want to purchase, pre-purchase advertising dollars, I match it dollar for dollar. That deal usually comes to an end at the end of December, but I've extended to the end of January. So if your company needs advertising, now is a good time to, purchase advertising dollars. I will match it dollar for dollar. Purchase our deals that are going on. Get your business out there. And I want to thank everyone that tuned in for today. Let me go on to the Facebook page and just make sure there are no questions popping up here that I don't want to leave hanging. Okay. Someone said, thanks for your discourse on journalistic freedom. Cindy, it's important to the public to understand transparency is as important as accuracy. And that is correct. So thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to have some new topics tomorrow. And I wish everybody a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we will see you tomorrow morning at 8:30. Thank you so much. Take care.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine nation. Grab your bush tea. Cindy Rosen in the building. Let's break it down. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. Facts in the morning, no gimmicks, no spin. Educate, empower, let the day begin. Sunrise busting over hills and sea. Radio on, tune in frequency. From policy talk to community news. She asks the questions, bring real truth. No long talk, straight to the point. Facts so clean, day and night. From the people voice to the leader's seat. She connect the dots, make sense of it. If you want knowledge, tune in early. If you want clarity, don't come late. The morning facts with Cindy Rosen. How the country running, we break it down. A chance on none, in pound and two. Electrifying facts for me and you. Economy, health, education. Youth them future, the whole foundation. Culture, law, accountability. She hold the line for transparency. Not just talk, context and insight. So you can reason and get it right. Morning boost for your mind and soul. Information is power, take control. Grab your bush tea, clear your head. Start your day, properly fed. Who got the facts? Who got the facts? Cindy. Who asks the hard questions? Who keep it real every morning? Cindy. Daily talk show. Daily talk show. Covering the issues. It drops an empire. Electrifying. powerful morning booze. The morning facts with Cindy Rose, and from sunrise talk to national plan. Facts in the morning so we understand.